Hi, everyone. How you doing today? Mary Ellen Vanaken, Susan Jennings, the real estate ladies of North Atlanta. Let's dig into what we're going to dig into today. We're going to talk about why homes listed with the Mary Ellen Vanaken team sell faster. We're going to talk about Six Hills, which is a community in Milton, the Georgia Aquarium, and top kitchen hardware trends for 2025. All right, let's dig into neighborhood highlight, which is Six Hills in Milton. So let's kind of go from there.
Well, Six Hills is one of my favorite neighborhoods, I have to say. I just think that the variety of homes in there and just the way they're set in with the landscaping and the trees and the variety of architecture of these homes is really, really pretty. And it's a fantastic location. And it's also very, very close to downtown Crabapple. It's close to Milton High School. And, those are all top rated schools in that area that, Six Hills feeds into, which is Northwestern Middle and Crabapple Crossing Elementary as well. These homes were built between like 1997 and 2015. So at this point, they've got very mature landscaping. They've been extremely well maintained. A lot of them were designed by key architects such as Stephen Fuller. So they just have a lot of charm and beautiful details to them. So they do have a homeowners association. There are sidewalks there, and the amenities include a very nice entrance, first of all, that's well maintained, sidewalks, streetlights, lighted tennis courts, and they're walking distance from all the schools. The price
which
range,
is amazing. Yes, amazing.
right. And these homes, by the way, sell in the high $2 million to $3 million range for the most part.
Wow.
And it's just a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. Well, if you want more information about Six Hills, it's a great, desirable area. Just reach out to us. All right, let's dig into why homes listed with the Mary Ellen Vanaken team sell quickly and faster, and what we do differently than other people. So let's dig into that. So let's go, Sue. Let's dig in.
Well, first of all, Mary Ellen and I have both been in the real estate industry a long time. Mary Ellen, what year did you?
2003.
2003.
2004, excuse me.
2004.
So
Well,
we're going on 21 years there.
yeah, you've got 9 years more than I have, but if you add the two together, I mean, it's like older than some people are. But anyway, we constantly are in classes. We're constantly listening to the experts and what's going on in the market. We have our ear to the market all the time so that we know how to price a home correctly. And a lot of times Mary Ellen and I will go in and we'll look at the details of a home, the condition of the home, where the home's located, the schools in the area, how well maintained the home is. We'll price a home, and believe it or not, an appraiser will come in and they'll price it the way we priced it. We are just that good with our expert pricing strategies to limit the time that a home is on the market, because if a home is priced correctly, we know that it's going to sell. So we're not always perfect. We do sometimes price something a little high. Sometimes that's because the seller really wants to try a higher number, which doesn't always work. In the current market, I was listening to some stats today by Andy Peters in the Atlanta area. 59 out of 100 homes right now, they will definitely sell. 41 might not sell for different reasons. But of the 59, if they're not priced right, almost half of those are going to have to take a price change.
Yeah, price reduction.
Yeah, exactly. So we use market data, we look at the trends, we look at neighborhood insights to try to determine the right price for our clients' properties.
Yeah, and also we tell our clients that we're evaluating the market every single week. So every week we're evaluating it. And if there has to be a price adjustment, we need to do a price adjustment. And we have the information that comes on the market. So there's so many factors into pricing a home, and we're looking at it religiously every single week to
Mm-hmm.
figure out what has sold, where do we need to be, how many showings we had. And this is what we do is we're giving you our professional opinion on we don't determine price. Everyone thinks that we do as the realtors determine price.
No.
No, the buyers are the one who's actually determined the price.
Right.
So we have to take the data and evaluate it and come up with a good solution on what the price is.
Right, right. And it really depends a lot on what kind of market we're in. Right now, in January of 2025, we're in a bit of a seller's market right now. And homes on average are selling in the metro Atlanta area for 96.4% of original list price. So this is telling us that, buyers do have a little bit of negotiating power, but overall, the median price of a home is only up 1.8% in the last year, as opposed to 3% on average over the past couple of years. So we're
Right.
not seeing those prices going up as much as what maybe sellers think that their home is worth. And of course, sellers are always really in love with their home, and they've lived there, we understand, but they also need to be realistic about, what their home is truly worth and how it can sell. Because we look at the market all the time, and if we list a home and we have between 8 and 10 showings, depending upon what the weather's been, things like that can vary as to whether we'll look at it after 8 showings or after 10 showings. But if it hasn't received at least one offer by the time we've had like 6 showings, or received a second offer by the time we've had 9 showings, it's definitely priced too high, and we need to take a price reduction at that point. So we really are very tuned in to what the pricing is. And the important thing with pricing a home, if you're in a neighborhood where there's a little bit of competition and homes that are similar to yours that are priced on the market, we don't want to be that house that helps another house sell. Think about that.
We want
If
to be
we're
the
priced
best
too
price
high,
and the best condition in the
right,
neighborhood.
right.
Yes.
And I hate to say it, but sometimes it comes down to a beauty contest. And we want to make sure that we're also going on to the next key point I want to make here is marketing. And marketing is multifaceted. We talk about, professional photography in a home. Perhaps, the next door neighbor's home is really a nicer home, but doesn't have great photography. We take a lot of time and care in making sure that we've got a professional photographer, a professional videographer, and that that home is going to show in its absolute best light. And that includes, doing some 3D tours of the property, targeting specific audiences, and making sure the home is staged correctly before we even take that photography.
And one more thing that's really important too is your first showing is actually online. So we want to make sure that that first showing is ready to go because of that specific reason. Second showing is when they actually come through the door. So, that's really important. So marketing, everyone's going to say they market, they do this, they do that and stuff. And what we're going to say is, we do everything. Plus we do reverse prospecting. We reach out to agents who have not who have clients that are in that search. We're just always prospecting, and we're proactive in finding a buyer for your listing.
And that finding that buyer also extends to our extensive database that we've built up over time for the Mary Ellen Vanaken team. And we can target market within our database as well as externally from the database to specific groups that we think will be perhaps the most potential buyer for a particular property. So our website, the North Atlanta Luxury, plus the database that we have, has over 12,000, 13,000 names in it at this point, with email addresses and everything of people that have, been following us, looking at our information that we put out there. And we try to always put quality items on our website, through our podcasts and everything else, and really reach out to the correct buyers for
And we
every
also
property.
do a ton of email marketing, which goes
Mhm.
out. So we're targeting people that are looking in the area, and we're marketing them and showing them what we have. We have a newsletter, a weekly newsletter that goes out in the
Mhm.
Milton and Alpharetta area. So those listings are in there as well. So a lot of people don't do the extra step. We take the extra mile to get the house sold. That's our job, is to get that house sold.
Right. Plus, the other thing we do, and Mary Ellen touched on this lightly, is, we do reverse prospecting. And what does that mean? That means that we are touching base with agents that have clients that might be in their database, or on a search with that client through the MLS system, that might be looking for a home just like the one that we have listed. Plus, we have an extensive network of agents that we know across the country and even across the world that we will market properties to as well, because those agents have specific buyers with needs that might match our listing.
Yeah, and let's just touch base a bit on, oh, can you sell my house off market? Or can you do marketing before we list the house? Yes, we can do all the above.
Mhm.
Honestly, we want to have the most exposure, so we want it in the MLS. That
Right.
doesn't mean that we can't do it any other way, and we've done it before where we've
Mhm.
sold houses before we listed them. So once we sign a listing agreement with you, we are out there marketing that property.
Right.
We are out there talking to other agents who have buyers in the neighborhood and just kind of putting it out there. So the whole idea is to get the most exposure of your listing,
Right.
which then we go on to the next thing, which is staging. And
Mhm.
staging is basically making the house look ready for photos and for people to come by and envision themselves in the house.
Right.
So,
Right. So, I do have my certification in interior design as well. So generally on our team, Mary Ellen does some of this, but I will do a good portion of it as far as coming into your home and walking through it through the eyes of a buyer. Once you put it on the market, you need to really step back and make sure that you're able to look at it as a buyer and that your buyers get the best first impression of your property. We've had several podcasts on staging and what we recommend, but for the most part, we want to ensure that your property that we are listing looks the best and looks better than the competition, and that we are highlighting it through our marketing in the best possible light with the best photography and the best videography as well.
yeah.
We have a success story to share here,
Okay.
and that is a home that we listed in the Alpharetta/Johns Creek area. This home had a couple other homes in the neighborhood for sale. We went in and we spent a lot of time decluttering, depersonalizing, and having this home deep cleaned. We removed a lot of the furniture from the home and made sure that, walls were touched up with paint, that the front door was painted, that the landscaping was perfect, and that the home really showed in its best light as far as how somebody would want to live in this home. That home, we put it on the market. It ended up going into multiple offers and ultimately sold for $70,000 over asking. I mean, crazy to think that, but that home, it just flew off the market because we marketed it correctly, and we had a very cooperative seller who really wanted to make sure this home showed in its best light.
Yeah, and what was even crazier is that there was 3 other houses on the market, and theirs
Mhm.
didn't sell and ours did, and people just really wanted it because
Right.
of the way we staged and took care of the house. So,
Right.
all right,
Right.
well, moving on, local market knowledge. I think we really talked about how we look at everything in the market. We look at the
Mhm.
neighborhoods, we look at the stats, and we're evaluating it every single week because the market does change every week.
Right.
depending on what comes in the market, what goes off the market, what's going on in the world, what's going on in the economy. So we're always looking at market knowledge and just giving information. We do a great market report every week to our sellers, which shows all the marketing we're doing, shows stats. People are looking on it, where they're looking on it in the MLS, Zillow, realtor.com, and all the marketing email we've sent out. So that's just another touch that we touch with our clients every week to show them what we're doing.
Right. And one of those things that we're also doing is after we have showings, we follow up with every showing agent that has shown the property. We will reach out to that agent at least 3 times. If they don't respond to us after 3 times, they're probably not going to respond to us. So it's not perfect. It's really, we do our best to get feedback on every single showing for our sellers.
Yeah, so that we can tweak things if things need to be tweaked. All right, so next we're talking about is strong negotiation skills. Well, I don't know about you, Sue, but we're both very, very, that's our strong points, is we're very aggressive when it comes to negotiating for our clients. And we want our client to get the best deal with, the least amount of hassle. And we just, so we're pretty strong with our negotiating skills because we have the market data to show, So if someone comes in with a low ball offer, we're like, well, here's the market data. You know what I mean? So, I think that a lot of people will just write an offer from the sky instead of looking at the data. So I think having the data and negotiating, and also knowing if we do get into multiple offers, we know how to structure a deal to get it, to get it sold too.
Right. I actually enjoy the multiple offers.
Kind of fun. It's
kind of always interesting to see how the offers are presented from different agents. Like, you might, ask for highest and best so that the different agents know that you're in a multiple offer situation. But it's really interesting to see whether they actually do sharpen their pencils and how much they sharpen it by.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So the next one is leveraging the Keller Williams network. Okay. So we have a huge network across the country, across the world, especially when we have a lot of specialty properties. They are going all over everywhere. They are getting marketed in California, in Florida, in Texas, wherever. So we're actually marketing that outside of our area because there are a lot of people that come into the Atlanta area from other parts of the country. So we want also our referral partners to know this is what you get for this price point in our area. So we're leveraging that. And the communication and client support. I mean, we're here for you. We have the marketing data that comes out to you every week. We have phone calls. We talk with our clients about how they want to be communicated, how often they want to be communicated, and stats. So I think it's really important because everyone has different things. People are busy. They might just want to update it every week. They might want to be updated after each showing. So it's really a conversation when we come in for a listing appointment and list your property is how do you want to be communicated and how often? So I think
I think the one thing that we do is we're honest with everybody, and we will, give you options and tell you like it is.
We're not sugarcoating anything here. We live in the South, but we don't sugarcoat anything. It's telling it like it is. And I think it's really important when it comes to that, to selling one of the biggest investments in your lifetime, that you have someone who's going to straight shoot you and not sugarcoat anything. We're not in this for a transaction. We're in this for a relationship. We're in this for referral business. We're in this to help you get top dollar for your house.
Right. And I think, we want to make sure that our clients feel confident in us and that they, trust us and our knowledge and feel that, we are on top of everything and that we're prepared and, that we're assisting them with the best possible decision making that they can make and taking it to a smooth closing.
Yes. So if you want more information, go to www.northatlantaluxury.com. We have so much information about us, about how we do different things differently and our strategy. And you can reach out to us anytime if you want some more information on that.
Right. And
So,
we're always happy to, provide a free consultation to you as to, the value of your home is and what you need to do to get it ready for the market.
sure. So now we're going to really talk about what's what we love about North Atlanta. Well, Atlanta, because this is really Atlanta. So the Georgia Aquarium. Oh my
Right.
God, everybody talks about the Georgia Aquarium from all over the world. So, Sue, let's dig into about the Georgia Aquarium, what we have, what we see, and
Mhm.
let's go in here.
So the Georgia Aquarium opened in 2005, 20 years ago.
I
And at
know.
the time that it opened, it was the largest aquarium in the world. And it still remains one of the biggest, if not the biggest today. So it houses 11 million gallons of water and tens of thousands of animals and hundreds of species from across the world. So there are unique exhibits there, including the Ocean Voyager, which is a 6.3 million gallon tank. It has whales and sharks and some of the world's largest fish. There's also the Cold Water Quest, which features animals from colder climates, such as, penguins, and the penguins are a riot. The sea otters are really funny too. Then another exhibit is the Tropical Diver. That is a vibrant coral reef environment with colorful fish and jellyfish. There's the River Scout, which showcases freshwater species, including piranhas, alligators, and electric eels. And then, of course, we've got sharks. Who doesn't love looking at sharks from a distance with glass between you and them rather than when you're on the beach somewhere? But anyway, there's a lot of interactive experiences such as touch pools. Visitors can touch stingrays and so forth. And there are dolphin presentations. Those are always fun. Dolphins are so smart. I love watching them. There's a sea lion presentation. They're always funny too. There are some behind the scenes exhibits and encounters with animals. There's talks on conservation and research. Basically, it's a family friendly environment with lots of engaging exhibits, interactive programs, kid friendly activities, and of course, special events. There's a lot of evening events that are held there that are like formals and so forth. And the whole facility is wheelchair accessible for those of our visitors and guests that have disabilities. So it's located at 225 Baker Street in Atlanta. That's in the Midtown area of the city. It's typically open every day, but hours do vary. You have to check their website for their latest hours. Tickets are available as well. Fees apply for special experiences, and parking is plentiful and on site. So the fun facts about the Atlanta Aquarium is it was funded in part by a $250 million donation from the Bernie Marcus. Uh, he was the co-founder of Home Depot,
Mhm.
and it's the only aquarium in the Western Hemisphere with whale sharks. I don't know what a whale shark is, but I can only imagine.
No, I showed you one. Didn't you just see it?
I was busy.
Wait. I'm gonna pull up a whale shark so everybody can see the whale shark. All right. Let's see.
The aquarium has rescued and rehabilitated numerous marine animals. Yes, I can say mammals and animals all in one
There's
word.
your whale shark. You see the whale shark?
Okay, he's really cool. Love the way he's marked.
Yes.
And that includes, as far as rehabilitating animals, it was included sea turtles and sea otters and so forth.
Yes. And it's always a fun, and everybody comes to Atlanta and they want to go there. So it's always a fun
Hmm.
trip for anyone who's visiting you and stuff like that. All right.
Right.
Well, great. That was some great information. So we're going to talk about our design tip of the day. And this one's really interesting. This is about hardware.
Right.
So, and since we've just gotten into this year, there's a lot of stuff out there on what's trending, what's not. So we're going to let you, the let's see, the professional go into about some hardware, and I'm just going to show some of like hardware that we
Right. So in
use.
2025, hardware is trending towards clean, modern, and versatile to add both style and functionality to your room and your interiors. Finishes that are on trend are matte black. It's very sleek and timeless looking. Brushed brass or champagne gold in a brushed finish is coming back and is absolutely beautiful. Satin nickel and pewter are very popular yet, and mixed metals where you see black and gold together or something like that, with a layered look is very curated as well. Trending in hardware styles, minimalist bar pulls, knurled hardware. Who knows what knurled hardware is? Knurled hardware is when you've got say a gold handle, and the center portion of it mostly is where they do this. It's got little indentations in it. What's nice about knurled hardware is it doesn't show fingerprints, and it actually makes gripping the hardware a little bit easier. Oversized pulls are currently trending. Integrated and hidden hardware in a cabinet are trending. And again, that mixed metal hardware of mixing the metals is trending. In bathrooms, you're going to be seeing more soft curves and matte finishes, not just the polished nickel look. You're going to see specialty hardware throughout a home. There's one right there on the picture that Mary Ellen's pulled up. You're also going to see decorative hinges, smart locks, and keyless entry systems are becoming more and more popular on exterior doors. Trends in door hardware include lever handles over knobs. Lever handles are much easier for people to use, especially those if they have any arthritis in their hands. It's much easier. And bold front door handsets are making a way back. They have clean lines, but their bold, dramatic curves are making a statement. Black and brass are the top choices there again. Cabinet hardware and kitchens, again, that contrasting hardware. And matte white is actually starting to make an appearance. We haven't seen white as far as hardware in a long time. So how do you choose the right hardware for your space? First of all, look at the overall style of your home. And are you modern? Are you farmhouse? Or are you traditional? Opt for finishes that complement your existing fixtures that you're not changing, for instance, such as maybe lighting or faucets. And then you want to balance function with style. Make sure that you're comfortable with the pulls that you're picking, that your finger's not going to get stuck behind them or something, and that these items are also durable for everyday use. So, hardware choices come, toward the end of the design process when you're designing a new bathroom, kitchen, so forth. So it's easy to lose steam. You've already been burnt out on the million choices you've already made, and but hang in there because you'll be happy when you see the results of very beautiful hardware.
Yes. Yes, that was good. So I know that we talked a lot today about, we talked about why you should list with us, just gave you some information on how we're different than everybody else. We talked about Six Hills in Milton, which is a great community. We also talked about the Georgia Aquarium, which everybody needs to go see. And then we ended with top kitchen hardware trends for 2025. So I think hopefully you got some value. Let us know, shout out to us what else you need. You can reach out to us anytime on social media. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.